In this video, we're going to look at how to use a factor theorem as well as remainder theorem in order to find missing constant in a polynomial. So stick and watch to the end so that you can be able to learn how to do these particular questions. So we are told that if it's divisible by 2x, so meaning that at that particular point, we're going to use 2x minus 1 as a factor. And when this polynomial is divided by x plus 2, the remainder is 5. So meaning we're going to use remainder theorem at that particular point. We're supposed to find the values of a and b, and all the steps must be shown. Now, in the solution part of it, this is how we're going to go about this particular question. So we're given the polynomial px equals to a x cubed plus x squared plus bx plus 3 equal now this is the polynomial px because we are told it's denoted by px. So the first thing that we're going to do here, since this is a factor, since 2x minus 1 is a factor, we are going to substitute that in px, but we must now find the value of x from the factor. So this is going to be 2x minus 1 should be equal to 0 so that we can be able to solve this equation and find the value of x in that place. So that's going to be actually 2x equals to 1, then divide by 2 both sides. We shall get our x equal to a half. Now we're going to substitute into the polynomial px. So instead of x, in the place of x, we're going to substitute a half into the polynomial, so that we can be able to form an equation, and that equation should be equal to 0 because it's a factor. So if from factor from factor theorem, if you substitute the value of x, if x is a factor, into the polynomial, you are going to get 0. That is as per factor theorem. Now this is the first equation that we have, which we are going to simplify by multiplying by 8 all through. If we multiply by 8 all to all the terms, this is going to reduce to what? This is going to reduce to this particular equation. And if we simplify it further, we are going to have a plus 4b equals to negative 26. And now this becomes our first equation. If you are new to Proflan YouTube channel, consider subscribing so that when we shall upload future tutorials, you'll be notified. Right, so we can now move to the second information. When p is divided by this particular value that we are given, we are told that the remainder is 5. So meaning we can now find the value of x at this given point, and our x is negative 2. So this implies from remainder theorem. So if you substitute negative 2 into the polynomial, we are going to get a remainder 5. So let us now substitute into the polynomial so that we can form another second equation, which is going to be solved simultaneously with the first equation. And our equation now becomes, finally, divided by negative 2, we're going to have 4a plus b equals to 1, and this becomes our beautiful equation 2. Now, solving the two equations, you can decide to solve by elimination, substitution, or you can be able to draw a graph so that you can solve this. So for simplicity here, we shall solve equation 1 and 2 using substitution method. So from the second equation, I make b the subject of the formula. So our b is 1 minus 4a, which will mean that we can now substitute the value of b, which is 1 minus 4a, into the first equation. So substituting into that, this is going to reduce to what? We are going to have a plus 4 into bracket 1 minus 4a equals to negative 26. Because now we can put the like terms together and then divide by -15 both sides. Our final answer A becomes 2. Now we can substitute the value of A that we got into this part so that we can have the value of B, and in this case we are going to say B equals to 1 minus 4 into 2, and if you work it out you are going to get your final answer being -7. I believe you have gotten value from this particular video, and if that's the case, consider subscribing. See you in the next video.